I'm here, don't worry.
Blue Monday.
Blue Monday. It is the syncopated Blue Monday Savage Nation variety of the show. All right, here we are. Okay, that's it. They know the syncopated clock and Blue Monday. They know they're listening to me. I want to begin by telling you a story about a major league pro-life march in San Francisco that I happened upon on Saturday morning. You see, I went over from my dock to fuel up my boat in San Francisco at a commercial dock where the cost of gas is about 50 cents a gallon less than it is anywhere else. The Coast Guard fuel's there. The police boats fuel up there. It's down by Hyde Street Pier. So I went over with my crew on my new boat because I don't handle this boat alone. The lines on this boat alone are the size of a baby's arm. And I need other people with me, generally one mate, but this time I took two. Fueling's quite a circumstance on a big boat. Anyway, so we go over the bay. The only 2 hours or 3 hours of sun that we had in weeks, I grabbed. I saw it coming, blah, blah, blah. So we tie up at Hyde Street Pier. The crew is gassing up the boat. I said, I'm going to go grab a cup of clam chowder soup over on Fisherman's Wharf. Now, I normally eat in Alioto's or up in North Beach at the North Beach restaurant, but this place I never saw. I go into any restaurant, because you can't miss on Fisherman's Wharf, to be honest with you. And I get a bowl of clam chowder soup, and it was fabulous. It was utterly unbelievable. I got the red clam chowder, which is the Manhattan, no dairy, right? No butter, no cream, no milk. It was good. And I'm sitting there, then I said, all right, let me have a couple of beers. You know how it is. You feel good. It's an afternoon. Why not? And all of a sudden, I see young people marching with signs about Obama. And they're mainly Filipino kids. They're Chinese kids. They're white kids, 17, 18 years old, very serious-looking Christians. And I said, what is going on here? Then a couple of people come in. I figured they're liberals. You know, big guy, 60 years old, big white hair like a mane with his wife. And he has a sign upside down that says something about Obama. I didn't know what he said. I figured he was a lib. I didn't want to get engaged. I'm eating, and I look at his sign. It says, Obama, come up to your pay grade. I said, what the hell is going on in this city? There's a march of this size, and it didn't stop the entire 30 minutes I'm eating the soup. The march was over. I got to tell you something. This pro-life march stretched from the ferry terminal to Pier 39. That's like a mile, almost 2 miles long, and it wasn't covered in the media. The Verminskys in the local media would not cover it. Oh, they buried it here and there, but you didn't see this. It was a monster march. And it says, emboldened by recent shifts in the political landscape, several thousand anti-abortion activists rallied in San Francisco in a march that stretched, blah, blah, blah. It was astounding to see the size of the march and the youngsters and the number of them who were young Christians who were either Filipino or Chinese, as I say. So that was a big story for me. I never expected to see that. And I was very pleased to see. And I know there's a whole political earthquake that hit America last week in Massachusetts. But this has been going on a long time. It's just that we on the other side are now emboldened. We're going to push the liberals off the political landscape for at least 20 years now. They're over. They're finished. Their con man has been unmasked, and the world knows it. They're all laughing at Obama and his Alinsky associates. So let me tell you another local story that's very important. I wouldn't say it's as important as the pro-life monster rally in San Francisco, but to me it's even bigger because it's about me. Some of you have been listening to me on a station out of Sacramento for about 4 months now, because out of the blue, a local station decided to drop my show without warning. Not one to ever be, let us say, knocked down by outside forces, if I could help it. I have fought back. I have bided my time, and I'm coming back, let us say, like a force of nature. Starting February 1st, I am coming back on KTRB on the AM dial. It's a 50,000-watt flamethrower. It's 860 on the dial. Now you say, all right, so it's just another talk show host guy going on the radio. No, it isn't. This is untrodden territory. For me, it is. I am going on an all-sports station. You say, what? But, Mike, don't you always say sports are for people who put their hats on backwards? Well, let me tell you why I chose an all-sports station. If I go on another talk station, okay, I'll create waves because I have a unique show, and there's some very good people who precede me on all the stations around America that cover this show. Remember, there's 380 some odd stations that carry the Savage Nation. I'll tell you why I chose an all-sports station. I chose it because sports watchers generally have tuned out of politics. They're tired of the lies. They know that most of it is charade. They know that they don't really know. Whatever the politician is saying, they know it's crap. They go to a ball game and they say to themselves, you know what? At least I know who's winning and who's losing. If the guy skids into a home plate and the guy tags him, he's out. If he gets under the guy's mitt, he's safe. If he hits it out of the park and it's not a foul, it's a home run. In other words, it's easy to understand, and they know who won and who lost. It should be the same in politics. I'm perfect for the sports fans of San Francisco, frankly, and of America, and I want to reach out to a monster demographic that's been overlooked by talk radio, and that's why I'm going on to this station, KTRB 860 on the dial, and I'm going to talk about that on the show today off and on. If you have been listening to me out of Sacramento, I'd like you to call the show and tell me what you think about my going on to an all-sports station, KTRB AM 860 on the dial. Now, I announced this today, that I've signed with an all-sports station, and that is because you would think it's unusual that I would broadcast my talk radio network show through a sports station in San Francisco. But as I said to you, the fact is sports fans have generally tuned out of politics. They really are people who would ordinarily be independents and conservatives. That's my estimation. But being disgusted and alienated by far-left politics in San Francisco and elsewhere, they've turned away altogether. So by tuning into them, I want to appeal to this demographic. Now, why do I want to do that? I'll tell you why I want to do that. It's what I said in an article, in an interview today with WorldNet Daily, and I want you to hear exactly what I said this morning. This is what I said this morning. And I want you to tell me what you think of what I said this morning if I can find it. Here it is. I can't wait to wake them up to what Obama's doing to our basic freedoms. The czars, the hostile takeovers of whole industries, the bribery of senators in Congress, the kowtowing to foreign dictators. Savage said, sports fans love an underdog. And in the uber-socialist Bay Area, I, Michael Savage, am the biggest underdog the media has ever heard, said Savage. That's it. And I can read more of the press release. You can read the whole thing, the whole great article from WorldNet Daily on my website, michaelsavage.com, and all the other stories I found. I mean, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to upset the apple cart again. As I say, they try to kill me politically. They try to kill me before the election on purpose. I don't know why I was taken off the air. It had nothing to do with ratings. They put two schmucks on from Los Angeles that no one listens to be honest with you. Two absolute putzes. On the other station, they have a guy who sounds like Groucho Marx after a hysterectomy. And I'm coming back, and they're going to disappear. And I'm going to tell you why. Liberals love me in this city. Educated, informed liberals love to listen to me. Why? They can bounce their ideas off a real conservative with a real education and real ideas and real facts. And they can decide for themselves, you know what? I agree with them, I don't agree with them, but at least they have an alternative to the same crap they're hearing and reading day in and day out in the San Francisco area. The newspaper was destroyed by liberalism. Their website is reduced to near nothing. There's no news here. It's all filtered through the same machine. People who have a brain and education would like to hear some other point of view, and that's me. So I'm happy.